Hey guys, Dr. Dusa here. How are you? So MTFU member Kenneth Bedwell, he posited a great statement tonight, a great bit of information. My girlfriend was admitted into the hospital today, and I noticed that the vast majority of nurses and healthcare workers were overweight. And I thought to myself, if people who work in the health profession don't take their own advice on living healthy, how can they expect Mr. and Mrs. Average to live a healthy lifestyle? Bullseye. I was in healthcare for a long time, as you know. Most of my life, I still am in a tangential way. But healthcare, it doesn't have much to do with health these days and care. Listen, you get burnt out, you're in it long enough, you go into it for the wrong reasons, you don't care. You don't give a shit. You become embittered and less effective, and what was once a service becomes a disservice, and the list goes on and on. But what did Ken say? He's in a hospital and he's looking at the doctors, and they're 100 pounds overweight, and the nurses, listen, you know, the night shifts in some facilities, not everywhere. There's not as much going on, so there's eating fests going on. People bringing food, and you're sitting around, you're not burning calories, and you're big, man. You're fat. And ancillary workers, janitors, listen, it should be a haven of health. We should see some Hippocrates acolytes walking around. We don't see much of that. When when should you be a leader when you're in one of these positions, in healthcare in particular? You cannot be a leader if you cannot lead yourself. And I will tell you now, if I'm working with anyone or in any mode, you know, working with a client, working with a colleague, out doing business, whatever it might be, and if I'm dealing with somebody who, listen, the barometer is we've got to sometimes go by how somebody looks. Health is a projection, like it or not. And fuck the feelings, you know, that's a big problem. That's a barrier. But you know, if I'm looking at a person who doesn't have their own personal business together, their shit together, I'm not believing what they're trying to proffer, what they're offering. I'm just not. They're not. They can't be a leader. They can't help me because something is wrong. They're not leading themselves. And listen, I've got Tommy Moletta, the comic book king from New York City. He's lost 100 pounds. Took him a while, but he's kept it off. He's lean as a board now. You know, he's going to be 60 this year. My good friend Martin Adamo, he's lost almost 100. He's got more to go, but he's still going. I've known him since high school. Pete Ash, he's lost 100, and he's going to lose another 75 or whatever it is he has to do. And I know he's going to do it. They're on their way, and they've already made it. And listen, there's two people, okay, I want to address. If you're already in shape and you're already serviceable and you're happy and you're doing your job and your physicality is not a problem, it's not something that is a barrier to you or others, then you're good. You're where you should be. And there's plenty of people like that. They're happy with where they are. They're healthy. Or if you're one of the aforementioned, or let's say you're in terrible shape and haggard shape, unhealthy, very heavy, but you're on your way, you pull the lever and you're making progress and you're chipping away, making progress every day. Because remember, people are happy if they're making progress even a little bit every single day, okay? And you have that focused goal. You got to have the goal, obviously. If you're not one of those two, and you're sitting there right now and you're really heavy and you're out of shape or whatever it might be, then, you know, listen, your feelings, fuck it. Chances are that's it for you. I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for. Jesus's ephemeral arm is not going to come down and help you. You're not his special child. The Calvary is not coming for you. There's not going to be a special parade just for you someday because you're special. There's not going to be a miracle that occurs. None of that. Whether you die tomorrow or in 30 years, who you are today is a reflection of how you're going to die, because you weren't doing shit. Listen, you'll come to a guy like me or Jeff Seidman or John Defendis or any top really good trainer, body worker, expert, whatever you want to call it, and some of you will intentionally fail because you'll say, well, I went to Defendis or I went to Seidman and they're the best and I just couldn't do it, so I just can't do it. And that's a cop-out because you don't want the responsibility of personal excellence. You don't want that. You want to remain a victim. And that weighs us all down, no pun intended. So I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for. It's time to pull the lever. Nobody cares. There's one person who feels sorry for you, and that's you. That's all I got to say. So let's get rocking, and I'll talk to you soon.